Advanced Heroquest. Gaming aids. Nurglings. It is in our collective behavior that we are most mysterious. Alas, poor Nurgle, the god that Advanced Heroquest forgot. But we shall not. To carry on from where our Rules for Plaguebearers video left off, we can now turn our attention to Nurglings. These will be a unique creature in Advanced Heroquest, for there will be a base of small models that are treated as a single entity, and they should make for a fine addition to any expedition that delves deep into a sewers or other unsavory location. Once again, in order to keep the stat lines in line with the era that Advanced Heroquest was released, I went back to Warhammer Fantasy Battle 3rd edition and generated the stat lines for Nurglings from the first Realm of Chaos book using the empirical logarithm that I had made. The one I elucidated by looking at the existing monsters in Advanced Heroquest and then comparing them to their Warhammer Fantasy counterparts at the time. I have produced a monster stat card to accompany this video that is available for anyone to both download and use for free if you wish to employ Nurglings in your own dungeon. For transparency, this is the process that I went through. I began by converting over bravery. Bravery equals leadership. Next was intelligence. This equals intelligence. And this gave us a 7 and a 6 respectively. To generate wounds, you simply add 2 to the Warhammer Fantasy Battle profile, and thus this gave us a 5. Next, I calculated the speed. This is done by adding the movement stat to the initiative. This gave 8, and this seems appropriate enough for a mob of bouncing mini-demons who are rolling over each other to get into the fight. To calculate the toughness, you add 2 to the original stat. This gave us a value of 5. Next up was strength. To generate this, you again add 2, and this gave them a strength of 5. To calculate bow skill, you simply add 2 to the original Warhammer stat line, and this again gave us a 5. The weapon skill is simply calculated by adding 3 to the stat value, giving us a 6. Not bad for a bunch of knee biters. The points value for Nurglings comes out at 30 points for a single 40mm base of them in the Realm of Chaos book. This puts them in the 3 to 6 point bracket in Advanced Heroquest. 6-point creatures tend to be leader figures, so definitely not Nurglings. 3-point figures tend to be regular soldiers without special rules. The Nurglings will have a single special rule, so this bumps them up to the 4-point bracket in my humble estimation. Now, what weapon a monster uses, cross-referenced with their strength, affects the amount of damage that they inflict. The Nurglings fight with their claws and fangs, and with their strength of 5. This gave them 3 points of damage. I also gave the Nurglings the Cause Disease rule from the Advanced Heroquest rulebook for, obvious reasons, which I also summarised on a special rules card that you can download. Cause Disease. If this monster hits a hero, the hero must take a toughness test. Roll a die. If the result is lower than the hero's toughness, nothing happens. If it is equal to or higher, then the hero becomes diseased. Between expeditions, a hero can visit a healer to remove the disease for 100 gold coins. If they do not, they lose 1 point of strength and 1 point of toughness and remain diseased. And with all that, the stats were complete. Overall, I feel this makes even one of these unique creatures a interesting challenge for the party of heroes. Let's see how my own players cope. For ease of use, as I mentioned, I have turned these rules into 2 bespoke reference cards, and there is a link to download it in this video's description. It has a back, so simply print off the sheet, fold it in half and glue. As always, you can see that we laminate our cards. I've also included a blank Nurgle themed stat card, should you have any interesting Nurgle monsters that you yourself want to add to your dungeon. If you try out Nurglings in one of your games, we would love to hear from you and hear how they did. Next, I think it is time that these 2 new demon types are unleashed upon the heroes of Tobaro.